Well, look, thank you. I'm more blessed than you are. I couldn't understand a damn word he said. I can't even see you, you can see me, but I'm grateful to be here. I thought I'd walk you through a little of my Mexico past, since this is a reading. As I understand reading, I read to people who know how to read until they fall out of their chairs. So the first thud, then I'll quit, and we'll move on to the next phase. Now, I did a book with a friend of mine a couple of years ago called Exodus. I'll read a few chunks from that. And my friend is Julian Cardona. He's a native of Juárez, I think an excellent photographer, more people should look at. He was the guy behind a book I had a hand in the 90s that I think I was hearing reference to, called Juárez, the Laboratory of Our Future. That was really Julian's idea, and I was the beard. I know I'm clean shaven now, but I was the guy who could get it published in New York. It was his work. Okay. The revolution of 1910-1920 is the religion of the Mexican state and forms its main claim to legitimacy. In the United States, it's barely remembered and functions as a cartoon of violence, rape, and mayhem. But it was the moment when the Mexican people asked questions of themselves and of their government, questions that have never been answered nor gone out of date. The most forceful questions were asked by Doroteo Arango, better known to most of us as Francisco Villa or Pancho Villa. He has been made into both a monster and a buffoon in the United States. And he's been all but erased by the Mexican government from the revolution in Mexico. He is part and parcel of the Mexican migration because ultimately this flight from Mexico stems from the failure of the revolution.
So now we come to the two live white guys portion of the program. You handed me a CD this afternoon at the hotel, and I almost didn't come tonight because I wanted to just stay and watch it.
Well, you also interrupted my drinking.
But only briefly.
Well, I thank you for your mercy.
I'm sure the audience thanks me even more. The film is called El Sicario.
Room
and it's
164.
Room 164.
I want you to get the title right.
El Sicario, Room 164, and you co-produced it. It's making the rounds of festivals at the moment, but it's a film that I think you and I both would have been happy if we could have all watched it here tonight.
Well, it would be a better time than listen to me, Brady.
Well, I think a little of both is ideal, which is why I want you to describe the film a little bit, because it's the same character who was in a piece you wrote in Harper's last year.
Yeah, look at I'll give you a thumbnail here. Sicario is a term that means a professional killer. It comes from biblical times, Jewish zealots, we call them, but I consider patriots, that used to creep up to Romans and stick it to them with a sicario. In Latin America, it's a term for a contract killer. The guy in the film I wrote about, he was a police comandante in Chihuahua, the largest state in Mexico, and in Juárez. But he also was a cartel member or part of the drug organization. And he killed hundreds of people. And he's now a fugitive, $250,000 contract on him. Cartel thought he was a bad boy. I called in some favors. I wrote the story. He's in a book I wrote, Murder City. I called in the big favor. I said, would you be filmed? And so we filmed him. There was no narration. Because, look at it, I hate this crap. I want a Mexican to finally talk for himself. And what he explains, he gives like a college lecture, essentially, wearing a veil, very tasteful.
And
it's mesmerizing because he explains how power works. You know, look, I'm going to complain now. I'm an American. I won't whine, but I'll rant. I can't get it shown at a film festival in this country.
Yet. I plan to change that.
Well, I know. Otherwise, Canada's out of NAFTA. I mean, we've got to have rules here.
No, we still have some independent culture.
You know, it's been shown 30, 40 festivals around the world. It got 3 awards at Venice. It won Lisbon. Got second at Vienna. But, you know, crowds make mistakes. Go ahead.